I'm going to show you a Metaverse project that can do a serious 1000x gains that would absolutely blow. It would change your life. What does 1000x mean to you? Well, it's like turning $100 into $100,000. Or it's like taking $200 to $300 and turning it into $200 to $300. Oh, get it out. $200 to $300,000. That's life changing. Life changing for some. You could buy a house. What am I talking about? Well, I'm going to break into that, break it down with you. But before I do so, I want to talk about the Metaverse and just really break down what I vision to be the Metaverse. And, you know, when we think about all the projects that are in the crypto space, I want to differentiate? I don't know that word. I want to separate these play to earns to the actual Metaverse. Because we are going to be living inside a Metaverse sooner or later. And I want to make sure everybody has the same kind of picture as to what I have. Stick around to the end because you don't want to miss this 1000x gem. Can't get it out. Trust me. If it sounds interesting so far, drop that like, give me a subscribe. I want to start off with, trust me, there's a lot to talk about. And again, this isn't financial advice. Just want to talk about everything. I want to start off with Horizon Worlds because, you know, Mark Zuckerberg, I call him Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg has kind of hit it on the nail. I think he's got it on point. Okay, visually he might not be there yet, which is why people laugh and took the piss at him when he done that little selfie thing, right? Visually he might not be there yet, but I think he's kind of on point. How he sees the Metaverse is kind of how I see it, and whether if it's with VR goggles or these new little smart AR glasses that are to come in the future as well. I don't know which one it's going to be, but he's got it right. And he is on point. And you've got to remember, visually, when you think about things that we've got now to what we had back then, we didn't have that back then. You know, like, I know there's updates and I know there's ways this can improve. And as time goes on, it will. Trust me, it will. Well, you think 10 years from now, it's going to look like that? Just saying, don't underestimate the idea and the concept of a metaverse from what he was trying to bring from his perspective. And I see it the exact same way. So when you think about games that we used to have like this, you know, I've already given it away. You know, we used to run around 2D and play Mario like this. That was visually not great, but the vision was there. The idea of a successful game looking great was there. And all they had to do is have technology behind it to make it happen. Hence why, you know, I showed you this one as well. Look at the graphics. It looks flawless, beautiful, stunning. Mario's in a whole 3D world. And that changed over time. So when I think about the Metaverse, I have to think about how is it going to be in the crypto space? What is really going to be the Metaverse? And I think that the true Metaverse, and I don't, if you know any projects, drop them in the comments down below. But for me, a true Metaverse is going to be something where people can socialize and live in. I see a lot of games, and I've invested into a lot of these games that we class as Metaverse. But I think I need to start, you know, make this video and really separate the difference between a Metaverse and a gaming Metaverse. There's like a gaming world, great, because you can play Fortnite. You're in a world, and you can run around talking to people, you know, yeah. But that's not a Metaverse. I mean, it kind of like it is, but it's not how I vision. Look, I'm looking for something where people can go and get immersed in, and they can actually spend time in this space, fine if they want to shoot or jump or climb or ride or build a house, whatever it is, have that whole immersive feeling. Which leads me to the crypto coin that's going to be a 1000x gem. You don't want to miss it. I got loads of tabs, and I want to discuss everything. So we have VR chat right now, and I would consider this as a metaverse. You can go into VR chat, and I don't know if you guys have played it or not. You can get a quest and whatnot. You can go into here, and you can actually be immersed if you put the headset on. Look around, you can see people. They can be whatever they want to be. There's no limit to what you want to be. You can go anywhere you want to go. People are just chilling. You're chilling on sofas. You're listening to music. You're playing stuff. You're watching TV together. You are in an immersive metaverse. You're in this entirely new place, experiencing it with other people around the world. This is how I envision the metaverse. And this is why projects like Decentraland blew up because it gave you that opportunity to immerse into that. Now, I want to sort of touch on avatars and the whole VR reality, because when you play metaverse games, you've got, like, for example, Realm and stuff, and I've got Realm there as well. I'm going to touch on that. You're holding it in your phone. You're running around with, like, an avatar. So I envision this to be a metaverse. You know, you can socialize, you can talk, you can build things, go different quests and stuff. It's almost on that game side, but it brings that social element into it, which is why I've been so bullish on this. And it's also bringing AR. If you could bring VR to this realm, I don't know if you're watching, but if you are, if you could bring VR to this, great, because that would seriously change the way people do things and live in a more immersive space. I'm not saying anymore, right? So Decentraland, this is why this blew up. And I kind of put Decentraland up there with the metaverses where people will be living, right? So, you know, and then you got things like the sandbox, but would you class sandbox as more of like a play to earn? Like, you know, I'm going in, I'm doing some quests, I'm playing, I'm earning. Because I would. I mean, maybe you might be able to talk to a few people and stuff. I don't know. A bit like your Fortnites. A bit like your Minecrafts. I want to separate this to this. Where is it? To this. I want to make sure people understand what I'm trying to say. Like, I want to be able to socialize with my mum, chilling, wherever we are. If we're, you know, because metaverse, your mind is limitless. You can do whatever you want to do, kind of thing. But this experience is entirely different to this experience. I feel like I'm playing a game when I'm doing this. When I'm sitting in VR chat, I feel like I'm immersed. I feel like I'm sitting with people around the world in a whole entirely new metaverse space. And you know, if you play it and you're in it, you know, right? So that's what I want to try and do in this video. Things like Seek VR blew up because it was offering this whole, allowing people to connect with their favorite artists in a metaverse way, you know? And I'm just bringing this on board to show you what projects are really blowing up in the crypto space compared to these play to earns, right? Because you're going to get a lot of play to earns that are brilliant. Don't get it twisted. Play to earns are going to make absolute insane gains for everyone. That's the African. Absolute insane gains for everyone. You know, because you know, when I was a kid, if I ever got hit, every single word. What are you doing? Every single word. Anyway, trust me, because you're African. Anyway, so yeah, like Seek VR was. It was bringing this whole immersive experience for people to connect to their favorite artists and stuff, right? And this is why this blew up. And again, I want to touch on this whole goggle stuff. Look, right now we've got big, bulky VRs. Time's going to change. Do you think it's going to be like that forever? Remember, we had the Nintendo NES. Now we've got the Switch, playing Odyssey. Time's going to change. And in 10 years from now, these VRs are going to get smaller, tinier, thinner, smarter, more powerful, you know, and this is why I want to start adopting something like that now. We've done all this VR, we've done all this, play to earn. I've got a lot of these play to earn games. I've got a lot of these. I'm bagged up, and I'm sure you are too if you watch my channel. I need something now that's going to allow me to get involved with this, something like this, where I can be immersed. When I put it on, I'm looking around, and I'm like, rah, yeah, I feel like, what's going on? You're right, yeah, where you going? Let me come. You know, you start following them. You just don't know where you're going. You're just following them. And I get that when I play some of these VR. You know, I've got to keep it real. Regardless of how it looks, I get that when I play this. Or when I'm on this. Do you class it as play when you're on it? When you're on it, you're following people because they're walking around. You're socializing. You're hearing words. You're hearing people speak. You're going over there to talk, to see what it's about. That's what a metaverse in my head is. So look, when I say he's not far off, he is not far off. And there's a project right now in this crypto space that's going to absolutely blow. If it gets listed, or if it gets put on things like the Quest, that's all I can say. Because it's going to absolutely blow. You're going to have, for the first time, you'll have like a decentralized metaverse app that you could download on these headsets that could absolutely explode, because now people can just do it on the go. Make absolute life-changing gains for everyone who invested into it. And now people can immerse in a decentralized way. I'm just saying it's possible, right? Don't outrule it unless they bring their own one. So I spoke about Seek VR, spoke about Realm. You know, This is another metaverse, right? And then it leads me to this. I spoke about Sandbox, because I want to make sure that people understand the difference between these types of games. Like, you got gaming, you got VR, you got Metaverse. I want to make sure that people understand the difference. And I'm looking now for projects that have VR capability or AR. If you've got AR or VR, mostly VR. Why? Because I think VR is the way where people are going. You know, this is AR, seeing things in an entirely new way when you put on these glasses. This is what's coming, guys. Like, seriously, this is what's coming. Embrace it, because many people aren't prepared. This is what, and it's going to be better than this, because when you put it on, you're going to see an entirely new world. We're seeing that already with things like the VR chat, right? And it's going to get smaller, compact, more sleek, more clean looking. This is what's coming. PS VR 2. Why would they spend millions or hundreds of millions or billions on a VR headset if they didn't think that this is the way it's going? These headsets are getting more better. The quality, the power, everything's getting more crisp, clean looking, you know, allowing people to not feel so motion sickness when they're in it now, because the increase in the, 120 FPS, right? Frames per second or whatever it is. They're getting more clean. This is where things are going. And I just want to prepare you for the next 5 to 10 years, because this is where things are going. And there's going to be a race. There's going to be a race for crypto projects to try and dive onto one of these next big VR headsets, because everyone in the world's going to be wearing them and using them. And these decentralized projects are going to want to get themselves on something like this so the world can use it too. Open freely, take it anywhere they want, kind of thing. Just like that. And that leads me to the next project that I think has 1,000x potential. Which one am I talking about? This. Victoria VR. Now, I remember speaking about this a while ago. If you check my old posts, I remember doing Metaverse projects. I think it was like 8 Metaverse projects, or I can't remember which one. But I think back then it said about 11 pence. I've done loads. There's 8 Metaverse, and then there was another one of Metaverse. But I've done a lot of Metaverse. But this one, I've come back to it. Come back to it now, looking at it with a good firm eye. This is sitting cheap. A penny. This is sitting at 1 pence, up 6%. 19 million market cap. 16 billion in supply. This one has potential. And I want to break down like the X, because, you know, had I showed you this back at, 8 months ago in January, something like that, you'd have been buying about 40 pence a piece for one. So right now, I seriously got to tell you, bagging 100,000, 200,000 of these could be life-changing for some. And this is not financial advice. I've got to keep it real. And I'm going to show you why as well, because I think that something like this is going to change the way people do things in a decentralized way, in a true metaverse. Welcome to Victoria VR. We are where your imagination is the only limitation. My words ain't coming out. So, I got like one of these things here. Like, I'll just play it. I'll turn it down, but I'll play it. Is this what I want to show you? Is this what I want to show you? I don't know. I think it's a trailer. Look at this. This is the VR trailer and how they've been doing updates and stuff. And it looks phenomenal. If this is the world that people can be in and socialize in, it's going to be game-changing. It's going to be game-changing. This is what I want to see. I want to bring my friends, family over. Come and check this out. Like, I got a house kind of thing. I know I'm in the woods, and it's all done on Unreal Engine 5 using I think it's Unreal Engine 5. This is just a trailer, but this looks great. And I see people living in this, building in this, doing what you want to do. Look at this. It speaks for itself. So I'm hyped for this. And I've been watching it for a while, trying to figure out when the best time was to buy it. And if you as a patron, you saw look at that, just bust out a bloody hoverboard, start hovering along. I like it. The concept is great, and this is how I can see people living. And you can do everything and anything in this space. So, and they didn't pay me for this. I didn't get paid or anything for this. I'm just trying to show you that when I do my research, I look for something that's going to be around long term. And I see how where the space is going with all these new VR headsets and stuff coming out. This is going to sit up there comfortably with it. And if this can get some sort of deal with the Quest, or get on the Quest, because I tell you what, if this, if one day we look and we hear that Victoria VR is now available on the Quest, this is going to absolutely explode in price. I don't care what anyone says, it's going to explode in price. And it wouldn't surprise me if it goes back to all-time highs as fast as it fell. Because now you're allowing people to do stuff in a decentralized way, in an open metaverse, and yeah, make absolute insane gains and everything else. So Victoria VR is the one I think's got 1000x potential. Real quick, I'm going to talk about the project more and then, go over everything else. But I want to do the 1000x. Look, down 97%. So when it goes back to all-time high, look at this, 46 pence. Like I said, it's a penny now. That is 46 times your money back. Put £1,000 in today, not investment advice, turns to 46 grand. You best believe I'm going to say it like that. So I'm sitting back. I'm waiting for this. I bought some of this. Patrons, big up to you if you bought it as well. I haven't even got my Patrons up. Is that my super alerts? Got my super alerts over here. And if you don't want to miss this stuff, become a Patreon. 7 tiers. The link is in the info section. Click it. I just don't want you to miss out on these things that are happening because I'm trying to look for the future. I'm trying to see what's going to happen in 5 years. I want to prepare myself now so when it does blow back up, making absolute life-changing gains. And, if you want to come on my super alert tier, that's my next tier above. I always recommend my exclusive VIP partner tier. But this is the next tier above. It gives you my CEO alert. It's my CEO tier. It gives you access to my VIP Telegram group where, I talk to you about everything. Way before I buy, way before I sell. They were seeing this stuff in there. I spoke to them, told them about it before I bought it kind of thing. So, yeah, let's just move on. Victoria VR, do not underestimate this, guys. So, you can do everything that, buy land, which I'm not too fussed about the VR land, but cool. You can do that. And I can see that there's going to be a big market for that. People living in this immersive world where, people can walk upon other people's land. I don't know, can they earn from it? Cool, fine. There's a big market VR. What can you buy, sell stuff in there? NFT gallery. You can showcase your galleries and stuff, your NFTs and stuff. But it's just the overall look of this project has huge potential. And when I look at things like their Twitter to see what they're doing, they're updating on a regular. They're keeping themselves active. It says here, breathtaking views of the water, trees, nature, mountains, beaches, and much more. So, they're keeping everybody updating on their project. They've been doing this thing called an EGX. I don't know what it is about. It's like a place where they can showcase their capabilities of the project. I'm just looking at this little video thing here. Can I make it bigger? Because I don't know. Oh, that's a bit loud. You trying to get me censored and all sorts. Anyway, is that it? Okay, that wasn't even worth it. Got to turn my battery on because my laptop's dying. Yeah. So I like it. Oh, what's going on? Am I still there? Can you still see me? I hope you can still see me because my battery was dying. It just flashed the screen. So they've been doing this thing here where they're allowing people to test out their VR, the metaverse, where people can, be inside, test it out and do things. And that's been happening. Is it been happening in London? Because they did one in, where was the other place they did it? I want to say, I can't remember where they did it. I want to say Prague. I might be wrong. But they did another one somewhere else. And it went down well. They had over 10,000 people come in and test this stuff. People are happy when they're playing it. This is the future, guys. And this is what's going to be happening. You're going to be, in order for you to feel like you're in a metaverse, you have to be immersive. We went from these big brick phones to these smart, sleek, slim, even with everything, no matter what it is, if it's a camera, when these big old broken, battered, no, it wasn't broken, but we had these old-fashioned type of cameras to now sleek cameras. You can do it all on your phone kind of thing, high quality. Everything's changing, and this is where the world's going, where in order to immerse yourself, you're gonna have to be in this VR space where you can talk with people and be there. It's gone from texting. It went from, mobile texting, not WhatsApp, mobile texting. It cost 10p a text. To now, everything's free. You just talk, you go on your WhatsApp, you can just message as much as you want. You ain't paying 10p a piece. The way we communicate is changing. If you think back to the 1970s when they didn't have these types of phones, you'd send letters. You'd be a pen pal. You write your letter, you just post it. You wait 2 weeks for the response. By then, you've already decided that you're having chocolate cake. Now, I wanted biscuits, but you took too long. Yeah, now I just got chocolate cake. So you took too long. And so yeah, this is why I believe that the metaverse is going to be the hype. This is this whole VR. And there's, again, I don't know any other projects that are doing this. If you know any other crypto projects, drop them in the comments below. Show me a true metaverse. One where I can socialize with other people, talk, laugh, chat, explore. Not so much of the gaming where you got to do this and collect that and run and jump. And I don't want, like, again, avatars are great. I've got enough of these already. I bagged up on, you know, Realm. I don't need no more play to earn. This is, for me, if I was going to be anywhere close to play to earn, this would be it. But this is still like a metaverse for me. Avatar. I want the VR experience because this is where things are going to go. I want projects that are VR. If you got it, drop it in the comments, show me, and I'm going to look at it. And if I think it's worth it, I'm going to drop a video on it. So, powered by, what's this? Leveraging the latest technology innovations and forging meaningful business partnerships for the future. Cool, fine. Let me just see here. Tokenomics. Should we have a look at the tokenomics real quick? Does this show us the tokenomics? Because is it 16 billion max? I don't know. Hold on. The VR token is the currency of Victoria VR. Users will be able to use their VR tokens to buy staking DAO. Hold on. Break it down. Buy. It says to buy. Staking. DAO, decentralized autonomous organizations, buy VR lands, buying all assets, items, building resources and all that stuff, wearables, which also leads me to fashion, which I'm going to drop again a different video on that. Advertisements, transport, leasing, and other extras. Key highlights: a token with real utility, passionate community who share our vision, and I share your vision, trust me. Proven and well-tried VR platform for future generations, first-class development, strategic business partnerships limited. Cool, fine. I'm going to grab up Masari just for a minute because I've not done this much on coins, but Masari shows a lot of background on projects, like, you know, who's involved and stuff like that. I just want to see what comes up when I type in Victoria VR, just to see if they've got any information on the background of their, you know, so is it metrics? It's not metrics. Where'd you go? You usually go somewhere here and you can see, I don't think it's going to show it. Usually, I think it's usually in one of these things, and you can see like if there's any big names involved and stuff like that, but it's not showing it. I'll come back onto it. I'll have to look again and come back onto it. But don't underestimate this project, guys, because I seriously believe it's going to do 1000x. Did I say what it would put the market cap on if it 1000x? Well, just real quick, so it's because it's on my head. If this does 1000x, right? And I did buy this, and again, I show, you know, I always tell you if I think I'm buying something that's got huge gains. 1000x will put it at a 19 billion market cap. If over the next 5 years VR blows up massive, not this, just VR in general, and you know the headsets get lighter, slicker, cleaner looking, this has the potential to go up there. This has the potential, and if it gets put on one of these VR headsets, it's just done. That's it. You're made, because now everybody can experience this, unless it's already on there. I don't know. You tell me. You know, just the things I need to check out myself. You know, go over to the communities, check out the Twitter and stuff, and you know, see what they got to say. But it has huge potential. What would 1000x do to the price? Times 10, 11 pence times 100, £1.19 times 1,000, £11. You'd be looking about £11 for this. Now, I've said this before in the past, and I always look at the supply. Total supply about 16 billion, 20 billion. 5 times, more than 5 times less the supply of XRP. And I always do it, I know. Because I'm only talking supply. You know, like that tender looking, juicy finger licking barbecue piece of chicken right here, you best believe. And I'm standing at the front of the line. Where's my knife and fork? I haven't got it, but, you know, I got my digital knife and fork, and I'm at the front of the line, standing here with my Jamaican jerk, my curry goat sauce, and I'm pouring it all over Victoria VR because I see the potential, and I don't want to miss out on them gains. Like all these other projects that I show you, I don't want to miss out on these gains. So yeah, let me just come down and see what else they're saying. Monthly rewards, dynamic APY, VR land, whitelisting. Cool. I don't even know if you can still buy land. I'll have to check, but they do it in, it's like a weird way. It's like tiers. So like usually tier 5 is the highest, but I think it's reversed. Like tier 1 is their best. It says here, Victoria VR, big news, just got bigger. This is like what the land looks like, and you can get it on OpenSea. So I might bring another video on that. I just wanted to reveal this to you, what I'm buying. And, you know, again, this isn't like, it's been out for about a year? I don't know, maybe like something like that. And I just wanted to show you that this is a time to buy whilst the price is so damn cheap. Down 90-something%, 97%. this is the time you want to buy. Look at this. The Victoria VR Metaverse is where people will be free to go for entertainment, education, shopping, business, trade, events, leisure activities. This is the mind that they have. This is the ideas of where they see this going. And I see it going there with them. What's the community saying? It says blog, about us, our team. Let me check the team. You know, these are the things that you want to do. So you've got this guy here, CEO founder. Is it Andre? Big up to you, bruv. Adam, I see your ambition, guys. Seriously. A public team here revealing themselves where, you know, they're not hiding. They're trying to do something, you know, here that can seriously change the way people do things. And I think it's worth taking a chance on. And that's what I did. And I'm going to talk about the staking and everything else. I don't know. Should I do it in this video? I don't know. I mean, 100, based it on 10 million. Like I said, I think 100,000 of these could set people up for greatness in the future. Because if it goes to £1, you've got £100,000 right there, and then you're creating passive income. If you was to stake this over a year, look at, is this right? You're getting really? That can't be right. 800% over a year. Because that might be, you know, you might be worth buying a bit more, just putting something there for the year. Because look, VR shares, you're going to get 900,000 back. Really? I've got to look into, because that sounds crazy. If that's right, I'm going to lock some up. It's worth locking up to get them sort of APYs. It doesn't, estimated APR, 6%. Estimated over 3 years, 9%. Your next estimated rewards, 400. Okay, because that VR, because what was this shares? Maybe this shares is something to do with in-game, I don't know, in-game, in Metaverse or something. I don't know, stake a share in a VR. I'm going to have to look into it more, because that sounds insane. That might be something totally different to the actual VR tokens that you receive. If you look down here, estimated 6%. That sounds more reasonable, right? Estimated over 3 years, 9%. I don't know if I'd lock it up for 3 years. But in saying that, I've been in this space for a few years, and I've been staking Harmony for years. So, you know, you know what I mean? Like, you might just do it anyway. So they do staking and stuff. I'm going to come over this on another video and then show you in more detail as to what kind of gains you can make and stuff. But check it out. Don't underestimate it. Check it out, guys. I'm going to leave it here. Hopefully I shared my vision with you as to how I see the true metaverse and where it should go. If you liked this, drop that like. Give me a subscribe if you're new watching. Thank you for watching. Why is this not loading? Just sitting there. Why aren't you loading? Here we go. Thank you for watching. And I'm going to leave it on this one. Look at this. Look at the background here. That looks nice. I wouldn't mind exploring all that and the whole grass and yeah. So yeah, thanks for watching. Become a Patreon. Link in the info. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Cheers.